Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Look who I have. I am so stoked. Is that a word people still use?
No, they do use it.
They use stoked.
Yeah.
Sharon, This Is Ess Mundia, who is, digital influencer, YouTuber, and now TV presenter. Living with Ess is on NTV every morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
I love the show.
Thank you.
It's so good. How are you enjoying
Thank
it?
you.
Before we even get into 10 questions.
It's a learning curve, but it's been such an exciting thing because a lot of times you find yourself getting comfortable and you're used to the same thing and you know your space. And I've been doing social media and blogging the whole thing for 6 years. So this is something that pushes me out of my comfort zone, and it's still, it's familiar in that there's a camera and I'm, talking to people who are not in the room right now.
like
the room is empty.
It's so empty.
And we're just chatting to you guys. But it's completely different too. And I think it was important. It was time for me to sort of scale, to push myself into something new.
Yeah.
But, so nice.
It's so nice. They picked someone so great, and it's a great show, so make sure you tune in.
Thank you.
So yes, this is Janice 10 questions with This Is Ess, so let's get right into it. Question number 1, what is your philosophy towards your work?
I think a lot of it has to be, if possible, because I know it's not always possible, but if you can tie in your passion and sort of a sense of purpose in what you're doing, then that makes it less of just work and it becomes your why,
I love that.
So a lot of times it's like, I'm just going to punch, some numbers and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But if you think of it as what I do affects this person's life, or the company I'm running affects these many people's lives, or me sitting and talking to this person about maybe their experience with cancer or even money management could impact someone else's life. So I have my why so clear, and for me it's tied down to any content I share has to be uplifting, entertaining, or informative. And so I live by those 3 words. And I think if you have your why, if you tie it into your passion and your purpose, then it stops being so much about work.
That is such a good answer. Yeah, it just starts to have purpose.
Yeah.
Number 2, how do you balance out the content you put out? Like, how do you decide what's too personal and what you're comfortable putting out there?
Okay, so I go with my gut.
Okay.
There have been moments where I filmed things and then later I'm like, I'm
not ready to upload.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I try and go with my gut, and I try and remind myself that no one is entitled to my story, right? So I don't need to go at it as share everything. And in this world, in this time rather, there's a lot of people who are open to share everything, which is refreshing and great. And a lot of times you can connect with someone more when they're that open. But for me, it has to come from a place of strength.
Right.
Because if I start to share when I'm feeling unsure about myself, or I'm shrouded in self-doubt, and I start to think like, oh gosh, did I say too much? Then any kind of comment or rebuttal starts to terrify
it gets
me.
to you because you were like, I should have been more ready.
Yeah, and I think guard yourself, because the internet is a great place, but it can also be dangerous.
It can be vicious.
Yeah.
How do you handle criticism?
First things first, I think the more you hear it, then the easier it gets to understand whether this is a personal attack or if it's something that you can pull out and actually use to make it better. So for instance, with the show, we've gotten a lot of feedback about it needs to be more outdoor. And I agree, like that's what we're working on, how to have more features outside. Or sometimes like I will get comments like, oh, you should just post pictures of Nyla. And if you don't, then don't even bother uploading. Like it can be so crazy. I know the difference between me and my private matters and the content and what I want to put out. And so I can, very quickly I can tell like, well, no, I don't agree and I don't have to do what you're asking. Then sometimes it's, actually, that makes sense. That actually will be better for the content and for the show, If
you were left in Karura Forest with only the items in this room.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm so sorted. Let me tell you.
But I was going to ask, what would you build?
Oh.
Sharon was gonna be like, I'll take the juice and the donuts. And
Okay.
What would you build?
But
what? Maybe let's make it easier. Yes, you were left with these items. What would you take? Maybe 5 items from this room that.
What would I take?
Yeah.
Well, how long am I left there for?
Okay, let's be kind. A day or two.
A day or two?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd take water.
Yeah.
How many items can I take again?
5, yeah.
I'd take water. I can see a laptop. I'd take that.
Okay.
I'd take my camera because I can vlog it. Get myself some hits on YouTube.
Yeah.
Food. This is the easiest. And then, can I take you? We can have company.
I love it. Our kids will be fine.
Yeah,
They'll be the
okay.
shushus and
Yeah,
bukas.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Which of the 2 animals would you say you are most like? A sheep or a wolf, and why?
Oh, I think I'm a wolf, and it's because I can be quite aggressive, which a lot of times is seen as a negative trait, especially in women.
We finish this interview and you step outside the office and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning 10 million. What would you do?
$10 million?
10 million.
Because shillings, let me tell you that.
10 million euros.
Great. Yeah,
Okay.
it's great, but I feel like 10 million shillings, if you play, it's like gone like
It's
this.
gone.
So $10 million.
Let's work with $10 million. What would you do?
Okay.
Her eyes literally lit up.
It's just like so much money. Okay.
I love.
First things first. To start with, I think I would just continue with my work because that's something that I actually enjoy doing, and I'm so grateful that it's not, like we were saying, it's not just a job that you do. I'm so happy, but I would be trying to plan my holiday stat and be like, okay, real quick. So that's the first thing I'd want to do. Just figure out like a time out for me and my family and my daughter.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I would do is before that probably find a financial advisor, get that money sorted, and also try and figure out what charities or places I also want to give back. And then, buy a house that, let me tell you, that money would last for like me, my children's children. It would last forever, but it will also try and go towards my content, which I think in whichever way, whether it's YouTube or the TV show, it would be about still spreading this message and hoping that it impacts people's lives. And then also trying to give back, maybe even specifically something to do with books and having people have more access to books, because I think for me that's one of the things that really impacted my life as a child.
Okay.
Having a ton of books to go through. So
that's a really sober answer. I love that you brought in the financial advisor bit. And holiday, where would you go?
Okay, first one I think Morocco. That's where I'd go first. Yeah,
Why?
Morocco, because it's just always been fascinating to me, and I love the colors, the vibe, the culture. It just feels like I would go, and it's completely different to anything I know, and it can be very relaxing too. So I don't have to feel like it's New York, everything's happening quick, chop chop, go walk quickly across the street.
Yeah.
But I can just like calm down and shut everything off, but still be immersed in so much
culture and richness.
And it's so vivid and
nice. You have a new TV show. How is it any different from your personal vlogs?
People come in with completely different viewpoints to life and how they perceive it, and that for me is a big learning curve, because already I don't even meet new people that often.
Exactly.
So every single day it's like 1 hour and I get to chat. But that being said, and as much as it can be trying and testing for me, I've learned so much in just the few weeks that it's been on. I almost feel like I'm the lucky one. Like I get to sit on this couch and every day, because there's an expert or someone sharing like their journey, I'm picking up notes, and if I'm smart, which I hope I am, it means that I'm learning.
Yeah. So you're learning and your audience is learning.
Yeah,
so
and I'm
great.
picking up from their lessons, their mistakes, what they've learned. So
I love that. Yeah, you're not just hosting for the sake of we have a guest today. You're actually picking up something.
Yeah.
How would you describe your motherhood journey so far?
I think that should be a different vlog. Come back next week. We'll be talking motherhood. Jeez.
I know. It's a lot.
Okay. It has been overwhelming.
Yeah.
It has been beautiful, but difficult. It has been painful. It has been filled with moments of pure joy. It's almost like you're high. I can't explain it. It has been learning moments. It's been discipline and patience, and living my life with intention. We were talking about being intentional when raising children. I remember something that you said at my baby shower, actually, and I just remember thinking, that's so beautiful. I hope that happens to me. And you said that Huru introduced you to yourself.
That's right. Yes. Oh yeah, I said that at the baby shower because it's
Huru
so true.
Introduced you to yourself, and I'd be a completely different woman if Nyla wasn't in my life. She just puts things into perspective. But also, guys, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. You know what? One day we'll do motherhood rants.
It's a lot. We should do a part 2 of like the things they don't tell you.
That's a very good idea. The things they don't tell you. Oh my gosh. We could go into that. What do you think about when you're alone in your car?
Oh, okay. So I listen to podcasts a lot. I don't have music in my car. So I listen to podcasts all the time. And all the podcasts I listen to are more about making money.
Yes. That is a good thing, Sharon.
Ain't
nobody complaining.
Look, the truth of the matter is, Janet, like I am meant to have an amazing life. I have that tattooed on my body. I am destined to live a marvelous life. And to just be able to be myself, do what I love, whether it's work or travel. So a lot of what I consume when I'm in my car has to do with people who are in that space or people who are learning. So I'm trying to figure out whether it's the habits of successful people, how people build their companies, relationship advice too. There's some amazing podcasts, an amazing podcast by Esther Perel, who's a marriage psychologist. She's amazing. So I'm just looking for ways to build myself, which may seem a little lame, but it's it can be like self-help. Okay, I heard that so many times. But the podcasts are so fun and funny. So that's what I'm consuming a lot of
when I'm
driving.
The last question is so funny. What do you want to be when you grow up? Sharon's like, excuse me.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
What do I want to be when I grow up? Happy.
Yeah.
And I want to be surrounded by love, and I want to have had an impact in people's lives. And so whether that's in my daughter's life, in Janet's life, in you guys' life, but I want for everything I touch to be grounded in love and to also transmit that in what I do. So it's love and happiness and so so not really focused on career and this is what needs to be in the bank and I need to have married with 5 children, house on the, so it's just happiness.
It's legacy driven, which is so cool. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that.
You are so good. Now I just want to be like, okay, Janet, my turn. 10 questions
my turn.
with Janet Bogwa. Ready?
Question number 1.
So
did you have fun?
Yeah.
I love it.
And it's, I guess because it's you, I just feel safe to just really
thank
get
you.
into it because you are just such an amazing. When I got the call from NTV, you were, I think, like the second person I called.
Yes.
And I second person, like, Janet, I just need you to guide me real quick. What do I do?
First of all, I was like, take the job. Take it. And we chatted for like 30 minutes that day. But I'm like, yes. So I just think you're onto something, Sharon. I'm sure there's times you wake up and you're like, what am I doing? Where am I going? But just know you're onto something. And you've got a lot of people rooting for you.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you.
This has been one of the most fun 10 questions I've done. So a huge thank you to Sharon. Of course, I'll link all her details in the description box below where you can follow her. And just light and love to you.
Oh, thanks, and to you too.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.